So in coming up with a scatter plot of the data, I first want to look at the study hours, the grade. I want to kind of examine the data here. Study hours, we're going to let that be X, and the grade depends on the grade Y, depends on the number of hours of studying. So we can't get higher than 100, I guess. So let's start with 100 up here, and then 90, 80, 70, 60. Let's do that. 90, 80, 70, and 60. Notice this little jiggy-jaggy right there. That thing right there is just to show you that there are other numbers that go between 0 and 60, but we want to get all the way up here to 60 because we can see the lowest number in our list is 60. And then we're going to let each of these numbers be the number of hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have any 6s or 7s, but we'll put that there anyway because there's a couple extra lines there. And that's 0. So we're going to make the scatter plot by plotting our points. We studied 3 hours. Then let's see, the table gives the number of hours spent studying for a science exam and the final grade. So maybe 7 different students were polled, and this is the data that was given. So the person that studied for 3 hours got a grade of an 84. 2 hours got a grade of a 77, 75, 77. 5 hours got a 92. 1 hour got a 70. 0 hours got a 60. 4 hours got a 90. And 3 hours got a 75. 75 is right there. 3 hours got a 75. So one person who studied for 3 hours got an 84. The other person who studied for 3 hours got a 75. So there's our scatter plot. And then draw the line of best fit. So I want to make sure that some of the dots are above the line and some are below the line. Looks pretty reasonable for a line of best fit. What's the equation for the line of best fit? Well, I guess we're going to have to plug this into our calculators. Did I already do that? No, I didn't already do that, so I'll do that now. So to do that, we want to get back to a clear screen just in case you're forgetting how to enter the data into the calculator. You want to push the stat button, and then we're going to edit. So enter, and again, if you've got any data in the list, you highlight the name of the list, hit clear, and then hit enter. Highlight the name of the list, hit clear, and hit enter. And getting back over to list 1, I'll input the data 3, 2, 5, 1, 0, 4, 3, and then the right arrow to get to the other list. Now that I have the data in the list, I'm going to go ahead and hit stat calc because I want to calculate my line of best fit. I can type a 4, or I can scroll down and to number 4 and hit enter for linear regression model. It's our line of best fit. I want to scroll down to store regression equation. I'm going to hit vars, right arrow for y variables, enter for function mode, and then notice that y1 is highlighted, so we're going to hit enter for y1, enter again, and then enter for calculate, and I'm going to store that value right here. Y equals 6.315 x, and then plus 62.048. There's our line of best fit. Predict the grade for a student who studied for 6 hours. Let's go ahead and write it in function notation. And if we write it in function notation, the only thing we switch is the f of x. We write f of x instead of the y. So if we want to predict the grade, so remember the y is the grade. So we want y, we want the grade y, or f of x, equals what when the student studies, when x is equal to 6. And the way we write that, and I'm going to do some of the work down here. The way we write that is, what is f of 6? F of 6 equals 6.315 times 6 plus 62.048. And then we don't want to just type this in because we already have this function stored in y1. So we want to recall that, and we recall that by typing in Y1. That's vars, Y variables, function mode Y1, enter, and then we follow that by a set of parentheses. We really, if we think about it, the F of 6 on our paper is our Y1 of 6 on our calculator. So that's what we're really doing here. Type a 6 in there, and then we get 99.94. So let's say this person is going to get, if it studies for 6 hours, it's likely they're going to get 99 or 100%. So we want to write that number down, 99 point, what did I say, 935. So 935. That shows me that you plugged it into your calculator accurately. And just to reiterate, if you did type in 6.315 times 6, and you added to that 62.048, you'd get 99.938, which is a little different. Not much. Give you virtually the same thing, but we want to, I'm emphasizing that because I want you to use Y1 on the calculator. Use the stored version, don't use the rounded version. And so therefore, about 99 to 100% is what you would expect someone to get who studied for 6 hours. And then could this line go on forever? Well, no, it can't go on forever because unless there's an infinite amount of extra credit. But, you know, it kind of ends right there at 100%. So besides getting the extra credit possibilities, no, it can't go on forever. You'd top out at about 6 hours. You would expect someone to get a 100% who studied for 6 hours or above. So that's how to answer that.